In February, a maintainer of a widely used NPM package pushed a release that shipped malware to 47,000 downstream applications. The maintainer's GitHub account had been compromised 4 months earlier. Nobody noticed. Here's the part that should scare you. It happened again in March. And it'll happen next month. Let's talk about why. This is tech updates. Software supply chain attacks. This is the most important security topic of 2026 that nobody on the vendor side is talking about correctly, so let me do my best to fix that today. The setup is simple. Every piece of software you use is built on dependencies. Your app has NPM packages. Your app has Python modules. Your infrastructure has container images. Your CI pipeline has GitHub Actions and Marketplace plugins. You're not writing all of that code yourself. You're pulling it from thousands of maintainers you've never met, running on the Honor system. The Honor system is breaking. Q1 2026 has had 4 separate major supply chain incidents. January, an obfuscated crypto drainer shipped in an update to a minor NPM package with 300,000 weekly downloads. 12 days to detection. $3 million in developer wallets drained locally. February, the big one. A developer productivity tool, top 200 by traffic, pushed an update that exfiltrated environment variables to an attacker-controlled server. The author's GitHub account had been compromised via session stealer 4 months earlier. 7 days to detection. 47,000 downstream applications impacted, many with production credentials in their environment. March. A typo squat of a popular framework gained 60,000 downloads before being pulled. The name was 1 character off. Remote code execution in the post-install script. Early April, still unfolding. A maintainer of an infrastructure as code tool was coerced via a fake acquisition offer. The attackers got commit access legitimately for about 3 weeks before anyone noticed they'd inserted a backdoor in a build tool. 4 incidents, different vectors, same underlying problem. Let me explain what happened in the February incident because it's the template. Step 1. Attackers identified a package with high downstream impact and a solo maintainer. Easy to find. NPM tells you the download counts and the maintainer list publicly. Step 2. They targeted the maintainer with a spear phishing campaign disguised as a fake sponsorship offer. The email contained a link to a sponsor interest form that actually loaded a session stealing script. The maintainer was on GitHub at the time. The script stole the session cookie. Step 3. Using the stolen session, the attackers added a new SSH key to the maintainer's GitHub account and created a personal access token with full repository permissions. Step 4. And this is the important part. They waited 4 months. They didn't immediately push malware. They watched the release cadence. They learned the pattern. Step 5. They pushed version 4.2.1, a patch release with the malicious payload buried in a post-install hook. Post-install hooks run automatically. No user interaction required. The release was signed with the maintainer's legitimate credentials. Every automated tool said it was fine. Let's talk about SBOM, Software Bill of Materials. The thing every compliance team loves. The theory is beautiful. You document every component in your software, every library, every transitive dependency. If a vulnerability is announced, you check your SBOM and see if you're affected. Compliance. Auditable. Great. The reality? Every enterprise has an SBOM now. Every single one. They produce it in JSON, hand it to a compliance officer, and file it somewhere nobody will ever read. An SBOM without automated ingestion into a vulnerability pipeline is a receipt. It's proof you bought the groceries. It does not mean you cooked dinner. More importantly, an SBOM doesn't help you when the compromise is in a package you've been using for years. From a maintainer you trust, push through their legitimate credentials. Every SBOM in the world said that February release was fine, because it was by the definitions SBOMs understand. SLSA, spelled SLSA, is the Supply Chain Levels for Software Artifacts framework. Google's project, now CNCF. Actually a great framework. 4 levels of supply chain assurance. From we have a version control system at level 1 to all builds are hermetic and reproducible with full provenance at level 4. Quick stat, 94% of enterprise software builds are at SLSA level 1. 3% are at level 2, level 3 or higher, under 1%. The uncomfortable truth, SLSA level 4 is genuinely hard. hermetic builds, reproducible outputs, signed provenance. This is real engineering. Most companies don't have the engineering budget to get there. The frameworks were designed by engineers at Google, for engineers at Google, different resource envelope. The good news: Salsa Level 3 is achievable for most organizations, and Level 3 would have prevented all 4 of the Q1 incidents. Level 3 requires non-falsifiable provenance. You can't push a release without the attestation chain proving who built it, with what inputs, on what infrastructure. That session stealer attack in February dies at Level 3. Sigstore is the signing infrastructure, the thing that lets you cryptographically verify that a package came from who it says it came from. Adoption numbers as of Q1 2026. About 8% of NPM releases are Sigstore signed, PyPI is slightly better at 12%, Homebrew 25%, container images via cosign around 40%, RubyGems 3%. Translation: most of the software you depend on is not signed. You have no way to verify the person who pushed the release is the person who should have pushed the release. We are collectively running on trust and good luck. The uncomfortable part: Sigstore is free, it's a public good. There's no pricing obstacle. The obstacle is inertia. Maintainers have to opt in. Build tools have to integrate verification. It's friction and nobody's paying attention. Okay, you're a 50-person company. You can't build Salsa Level 3 infrastructure. Here's what you actually do. Pin your dependencies. Hard pin versions only, no floating ranges. This doesn't prevent a pin compromise, but it forces you to review every bump. Set up Dependabot or renovate with auto merge disabled. Every dependency update becomes a pull request. Look at the diff. Even a glance at the maintainer's changelog catches the obvious attacks. Use a dependency firewall. JFrog, Cloudsmith, Artifactory. These sit between you and public registries. They scan for known indicators of compromise, blocklist bad packages, and quarantine weird updates. $10 a month per dev. Cheap. Minimize your supply chain. Every dependency is a trust decision. Do you actually need that 2 kilobyte utility library? Or can you write 5 lines of JavaScript? Every package you don't pull is a package that can't compromise you. Segregate build credentials. Your CI pipeline should have the minimum credentials needed to build and deploy. If your CI can push to NPM, steal crypto wallets, and read your production database, that's not a CI account, that's a supervillain. The software supply chain is the most important security category of the next decade. It's also the one with the weakest product market right now. Every vendor has a story. Most of them are selling SBOM as a compliance checkbox. Almost none are solving the actual problem, which is verifying the provenance of every artifact in your dependency tree. If you're an engineering leader, build time for supply chain work into your roadmap. Not as a one-day item, as a quarter, pinning dependencies, setting up signed builds, evaluating dependency firewalls. This is work that doesn't ship features, but it ships you out of the next February incident. And to the maintainers watching, enable MFA on your package registry accounts. Please, enable Sigstore signing. Please. You are the immune system of the open source world. The attackers know it. That's Tech Updates. I'm Andres. Up next, the thing that's actually eating the planet. It's not AI, it's the power that runs AI. See you soon.